In a meeting room at Galloways, two people sit across from one another, ready to discuss a topic that many of us put off for another day. Hasanga Parkinson, Chief Operating Officer at Galloways, is joined by Glenn Wallis, Legal Principal Director at Misha Wallis Co Solicitors. With notes spread across the table and Galloways banners behind them, they explore what wills and lasting powers of attorney are, why they're so important, and how planning ahead can help protect you and those closest to you. Why do wills and lasting powers of attorney matter?
I'm Hasanga Parkinson, Chief Operating Officer for Galloways, and with me is
Glenn Wallis from Misha Wallis Co Solicitors, based in Preston. I've been a chartered legal executive for the last 20 years, and we specialise in many areas of law, one of which is wills and powers of attorney. And today we're going to discuss why it's important to have a will and a power of attorney.
Thank you very much for your time, Glenn. Shall we jump into the questions?
Yeah, please do.
Most people know they should make a will, but many still don't. Why do you think that is?
I think it's about assumption. So people assume, particularly unmarried couples, that they've been together 5, 10, 15 years, that they will deal with it when they're not here. It's fine, they will deal with it, which they may help, when the worst was to happen, and they assume that everything will pass to them automatically, particularly if they were married. And as I said, we're in a society where people are becoming partners without actually being married, so they don't think about marriage, whether it's cost, time, or they don't think it's as important anymore. And it may not be to them, but in terms of the law and the will and what you leave, it's very important. But if you die without a will, the law decides basically what happens, something called the intestacy rules. So what happens is, if you die without a will, there's like a diagram and a breakdown of where it goes. So for example, if you have parents still alive and you pass away without a will, it goes to them. Okay, so it goes up the chain. If you have children and are not married, and basically you don't have parents anymore, then it goes to your children, and then there's like a line, so it goes to a bloodline, then half blood and half, so it's for children, grandchildren, so on and so forth. And then if it's almost like a tick box exercise. If you're in a situation where you get to the end of the list because you don't have any children, you don't have any relatives, anything like that, the last person or last entity it goes to is the Crown, i.e. the government. So the government take the money. So that's why it's important to have a will, because a will reflects what you want, whereas if you don't have one, it might not necessarily reflect what you want.
Thank you.
Galloways support through sight loss.